Hello and welcome to Let's Ride with Stonewolf. I am in Scotland doing the NC 500 in one day. Welcome back to everyone who's been following along, and hi to all of the new people who just happened to click on this video. A bit of a sit rep. In the last episode we arrived at John O'Groats and I was very cold and very wet and hungry and looking forward to being in some shelter and eating some hot food. Well, here's what happened. The charger was broken. It was doing like 1 kilowatt. That's not good. Like, I could plug my bike into a wall socket and get 3 kilowatts, so that just wasn't good enough. I faffed around, phoned the number, spent a while there. We were like half an hour early, so I had the time to spend, but I just would, between myself and the lady on the phone, we could not get it to do better than 1 kilowatt. So I up sticks to just a couple of miles down the road where there is no facilities, but there is a little bit of shelter. But that one didn't work either. It just could not complete communication with the vehicle. There's no accounting for these things. It works or it doesn't. It's not that common to have broken chargers, but on a long trip like this you have to assume that somewhere it's going to happen. The problem is I was very low in state of charge, so I had to limp along to Thurso at 40 miles an hour, and then when I got to Thurso my phone was dead, so I couldn't find the charger that I knew was there somewhere. Popped into Tesco, had a coffee because I needed it. That was long enough for my phone to get some charge. Turns out, just around the corner from Tesco, leisure centre, charger. So, get the bike, go around the corner, plug it in, charges, good, wonderful. Go into the leisure centre, they're like, yeah, we don't have a cafe. And they don't have towel rental. Oh, if they had a towel rental, I would just be like, okay, cool, towel rental. And got into like the changing room and like stripped off and toweled down and let things drip for half an hour, but that was not the case. So I went around to Tesco, back into the cafe, and I had like another coffee and like a sausage bap, which, you know, I just wanted some lunch, so that was good, that was enough. And we're back on the road again. We did have a little bit of trouble with that charger. When I got back, it had stopped at 40, which is incredibly annoying. It means I'd basically dropped 15 minutes on the floor. So I plugged it back in. It's like 20 minutes to 80. And like, okay, sure, fine. I just stood around inside the leisure centre having a chat with the leisure centre lady. But we're back on the road. We should have enough to reach Durness, because Durness is actually much closer to Thurso than John O'Groats. I have eaten. I am unbelievably wet. I am so wet. Insert innuendo here. It's so wet I make the sea look dry, but. I have switched to my summer gloves. Ta-da! My summer gloves, because, yeah, I mean, like, what? I'm gonna get a bit wetter? Oh, whoop-de-doo. I'm already so wet it basically doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters about me being wet is that it's cold. And that's no good. But hey, you know, my hip is killing me. Oh my god. I forgot to take a Nurofen. I was like, okay, it's Nurofen time. at Tesco, and I totally forgot. But it's okay. Just sitting in the bike like this, it's fine. It was like walking around, you know, back and forth to the leisure centre at Tesco was sore, but this is okay. Yeah, so, okay. How bad is it, right? How bad? Well, essentially, I looked at my thing and was like, okay, we're gonna be 30 minutes late leaving Thurso. I think we're now 45 because of the charger, but we can mix some of that up, you know. We can mix some of that up. It's only like 2 hours to Durness, so in theory, we should be fine. In theory, we can make a little bit of that time up, and then maybe Durness might be a shorter charge, just because we might be coming in with a bit more charge. We'll be probably skipping our contingency charge in Tongue now because of that. So I think we can make time up. And I really did, like, I sat in that Tesco and I was assessing where I was with this journey, and I was just like, am I gonna continue? Because when I got into Thurso and I was going around in circles trying to find this bloody charger, I was like, I'm so done. Maybe I'm gonna go back to Inverness today, you know? Well, I am gonna go back to Inverness, but I'm going back to Inverness via the rest of the goddamn NC 500. I don't care if I get back to my hotel at 1 AM. We're doing it. We're doing it. You know? Because as well, like, sorry, just redoing my cuffs. When I got when I got into Thurso, and I was going around in circles, I went into like a Lidl. I was like, maybe there'll be a Lidl charger. I don't care if I have to download an app to use it or whatever. It wasn't. And as I was coming out of Lidl, going back the other way, because I met a policeman and I'd asked him, and he was like, go to the leisure centre, and I didn't know what the leisure centre was, which is what brought me back in the direction of Tesco. I was like, I came out of the Lidl car park, turned back to go towards where I thought the leisure centre was, and just the heavens opened. Just the worst, like, thickest. That's Dunray nuclear power plant, which is where we were going to end this episode, but obviously, like, things have changed. We're going to keep going to Betty Hill. Yeah, just a massive downpour, and that was it. That was me. I was like, okay, yeah, we're done. It was like, nope. But it has slackened up a bunch. I don't know if that's temporary or not, but I do know that around this time, because it's 20 to 12. It's not even midday yet. It was meant to slacken up. So, Google reckons that we will get to Durness at around 1:30. I have completely lost track of whether that's on time or not. I think it's 45-ish minutes behind. maybe even up to an hour. But that's okay. Anytime we make up on that is good. However, as I say this, we do need to bear in mind that once we get to Betty Hill, there are gonna be single tracks. And it's not gonna be like the single tracks that I've done on other videos, where it's like, yeah, it's a single track, but it's a decent quality one. Nuh-uh. No. There are lots of passing points, which is a big point in Scotland's favour. This route has loads of passing points on it, where the single tracks are. Yeah, see, they've got little signs saying, like, respect the local community and enjoy the NC 500. Yeah, good. But yeah, there are loads of passing points, so that's a point in its favour, but there are going to be single tracks. They're not going to be the kind of high quality stuff that we have seen elsewhere. They are the kind of single tracks that I will grumble about. I'm not going to grumble about them in this video. I've long reconciled to this route, but it's something to bear in mind, you know. The ability to make up time will be limited by the quality of the roads. But now that I have had 2 coffees and a sausage bap and a Tonix caramel wafer, because I, you know, deserved some comfort food, frankly, I am feeling more bullish. You know, you're not yourself when you're hungry. I'm still on a 30 here. Just take it back a little bit. You are not yourself when you're hungry, and it's important to remember that. I thought I was done, and then I sat down, and I mean, I actually left all my kit on because there's no point in getting dry at this point. There's no point in taking it off. I may as well just keep the water on me. It is actually better for me to do that than to try and get dry in like a short break. But yeah, I sat down, I got some hot drinks, I was in some warmth. The warmth did not penetrate very well, but you know. I reassessed my situation and I looked at it and was like, well, it's not actually that bad. It's not actually that bad. So, I was like, screw it. We're gonna do it. Stubbornness will win the day. Although, given the weather, I'm going to warn you, there is going to be some bits up ahead where you're just not going to see anything. And don't worry about it, I won't be able to see anything anyway. If you go back and watch like my POVs of the NC 500, like you'll know that in this bit, we came into mist real hard, and like I could see the rear light of Wyvern's bike in front of me, and that was it. I couldn't see anything else more of him. It was very dramatic, actually. It's one of those experiences that you come up here for. But yeah, when I got into Tesco, I was just like, F Scotland. I'm never coming up here again. But now that I have had a chance to just get a little bit of shelter and a little bit of food and a little bit of warmth, I'm doing a lot better. I'm having trouble seeing where I'm going though. My visor is just... because I've been wandering around with my visor cracked and stuff. There's just loads of water on the inside of it because, you know, look at the weather. It's like that. Also, the inside of my tank bag is kind of wet. So all of my stuff is wet. My winter gloves, I was like, I'm not putting these inside the tank bag, they will just make everything even more wet. And as much as it's not a problem for me and my body, I've got like power bricks and a notebook and stuff in there, and you know, there's a handful of spare batteries for my voice recorder, and I don't really want to put my sodden winter gloves in there. But I looked at the bike, it was like, I've got nowhere else to put them. So, what I've done is, I've basically just attached them to my pannier rack. I have a little rack for the side bags. What I've done is I've jammed them onto it so that the thumb is kind of hooked around one of the bars, and then I've twisted them and done the Velcro strap across the bar so that that should keep them in place. They're still there, or at least they were at Thurso anyway. If I lose them, I won't mourn that much. I've had those gloves for a long time. They have served me very well, but I could buy new ones. So, yeah, things have gone pear-shaped, but in the cold light of day, not as pear-shaped as we had thought. And we can still pull this back and do it. We're gonna. The only sad thing about Durness is the charger's a bit far from like the shops and the like the picturesque petrol station where everyone takes photographs and stuff, which is a little sad. Oh, this is Melvik. It's Melvik or it's Melvich. If you're Scottish, you could comment to tell me which it is. I'm gonna say Melvik. Is, I don't know, all of my weird travels and my Irish upbringing and stuff lead me to make that assumption. Okay, we're gonna need to crack the old vent here because there's only so much the pinlock could do. Interestingly, Melvik, I'm not entirely sure where it is. It might be just up here. Melvik Church. I think it's Melvik Community Center. There is a charger. Like, look at this place. They have a charger. How good is that? This is one of those things about the NC500 is, even though we are out in the middle of nowhere, Scotland has made an effort to like try and get chargers out onto this route specifically. I think it's in there, somewhere. Or it might be here. Is it here? It's up here. Yeah, it's up here. There it is. They have a charger. Part financed by the European Union. Funnily enough, the European Union actually cares about its lesser loved regions. Totally forgot to look at how far we have to go. I think it was 70 miles from Thurso, but I have unfortunately not actually looked at my trip in Thurso. We can assume that we've done like 10, because, oh well, no, we've been on the road for 25 minutes. What's our average been? We'll say we've done 20 miles in 25 minutes. I mean, that seems like it might be kind of accurate. I guess we got 50 to go. Oh yeah, we're doing well good. We're doing well good. We're not gonna screw it by doing 70, that's for sure. Okay. There's a little bus stop. Yeah, you're like, I'm from an area that is a lot like this, and we don't have bus stops like that. Like, even in the town that I'm from, right? The only bus stop in town is just a post. And that's it. This is Betty Hill. Ooh, this is Betty Hill, I think. Oh no, it's Strathy. Okay. I think that sign was a 50. Well, we're just gonna go what feels right. Ooh, excuse me. Alright. I hope you guys could see something, you know. I mean, if not, you could just treat this like a podcast and just listen to my voice. But I do hope you could see something, because it is, like, pretty cool. As much as, like, yeah, I've talked before about how I find this terrain boring. Like, you know, the boggy highland... Ow! Sex. The boggy highlands sort of area. The road and the way that the road winds through it and produces like views across it is cool. That cattle grid was slippery because I didn't hit it at like exactly straight. It was definitely like a bit of a slide to it. Kind of get that really in any conditions. It's just more pronounced when it's wet because metal grids are really slick when they're wet. I'm amazed there isn't more traffic. Like, I expected this to be just absolutely lousy with camper vans and like tourist cars and stuff. It's not like the peak of the season. The peak of the season really is August. We did it in August before and there was a lot. Like, there was a lot of traffic. I would not have been making this kind of progress in August. But it's pretty quiet. And I wonder if it's the weather. I really do. Like, I wonder if given the state of the weather, a lot of the people who would be on the road today have just gone, yeah, we'll make it up. Because, you know, most people doing the NC 500, they're doing it in, you know, a week. Another cattle grid, try and hit it square. That was much better. But yeah, like they've got time to make it up because it is a long journey, and you can just be like, well, we've got 3 more days, we'll just do a bit more each one of those. And I wonder if that's just the case. People are like, well, we'll go to the pub instead. How far around do you go? That far around, okay. There's a camper van. See, these guys are much closer to the other end. They don't have as much time to make it up. There we go. There's a nice valley there. We can even look at it. Ascending pretty hard here. I'm gonna hold speed rather than accelerating, just to preserve a little bit of battery. After Jonagrot, I'm feeling a little bit like, you know, conserving it, because if Durnas is out, I'm going to be in trouble. I did have a look at ZapMap. It seems to have been some trouble a couple of weeks ago, but it's listed as okay today, so we're going to find out. I have not seen a lot of EVs up around this way, I have to say. I mean, that's a grace in and of itself, because, you know, counts out one of the problems that I can have, which is having to wait on a charger. And these are all single unit chargers. Like, there are very few multiple unit chargers up here. Durnas is a single. Olapool, I think, has a few different choices. But I think they are all singles. Anat is a single. I think Gerlach might be a double. They all do dual charging. Right. they allow you to charge 2 vehicles at once. Yeah. Because you could use AC and DC at the same time. But that's no use to me. I do not bring AC charging cables with me, and in general these places tend not to have captive cables. I'm impressed. This is the place where we had all the mist when we came up here in 21. I thought with all the weather it'd be similar, but nope. I wonder if there's a coffee van down here. There's like a coffee van down in a little car park at the bottom of this hill. There's not many people out on the road today, so I'm guessing they probably aren't. Where is it? I think it's down there. Oops. That was not intentional. Paying more attention to the road than coffee vans. Wolf. Maybe over here somewhere. We want to pass this guy. I might get an opportunity over there. Obviously, without a view on where the road actually is, it could drop off, and then you're like, the sight line you thought you had isn't. Yeah, you see the van there. Right, you can see the road down there, but there's a hill in the way. Down there is where the coffee van was. We didn't stop, I just like noted that it was there in the middle of nowhere. I was like, ooh, coffee van. Okay. No coffee van today. My alarm is going off. Oh! Ha! That's the alarm to tell me to have lunch. It'll stop after a while, just ignore it. Basically, I have an alarm that goes off every weekday at 12 o'clock to remind me to have lunch, because otherwise I'll be engrossed in work and I will forget. Is this Betty Hill? It's Betty Hill! Okay. Well, Betty Hill is the end of the episode. And I'm going to pull in down here and cancel that alarm. Oh yeah, so if you have anything to say, hit me up in the comments. If you would like to, if you enjoyed the episode, rather, please do give it a like. If you do enjoy it, I would suggest that you subscribe to the channel, and I would suggest that you check out some of my other videos. There we go. If you enjoy them, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. And if you would like to reward me for entertaining you today, you can find links that tell you how to do so in the description below. Bye-bye.